Well, hello my lovelies, it's Murky Meg here. It's Thursday the 26th of August, and my oh my, what have I missed? Jeepers creepers, a lot has gone on. So, before we get into it, I just have to say something about the mother of all statements on their Archwell website about Afghanistan, Haiti, and of course, coronavirus pandemic. They said they were speechless. Only Harry and Meghan can say that they are speechless while putting out a statement. The irony in that was not lost on anybody because the world laughed at them. If you're speechless, you just put a very small thinking of you statement out. But no. This had Meghan's fingertips all over it. It was full of Americanisms. It was done in her flowery, over-accentuated word salad drivel. She did it. It was all about her. And what really got me was that it wasn't about Afghanistan, Haiti, or the coronavirus. It was all about how they felt as human beings, their feelings, their pain, their layers of pain, which they said. I don't think you have any right to say that you're going through layers of pain when people are dying with the things that you're talking about. It's rather insensitive. Others say, well, they had to comment. No, they didn't. What they're effectively doing is holding the court of America. They want to be, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, and I've said it for so long, they want to be the royal family of America. And by putting out a statement, much like the Queen would put out the statement, it cements this. And everybody then, or their fans, or people that are slightly indifferent to them, will go, oh, let's have a look what Harry and Meghan have to say on the matter. The only person that should really be putting out a statement are your prime ministers, your presidents, your leaders of your countries. And in the UK, that means our royal family as well. But not the Hollywood celebrity elite. Not many celebrities have come out and publicly said, like Harry and Meghan have done, they haven't put out statements. I find it extremely bizarre that they felt that they had to put their 2 pence in when nobody really needed to see it, and effectively kind of rendering that statement complete hypocrisy by saying they were speechless in a 200-word glib statement, because that's what it is, glib. It was for show. The only people that it appeased was themselves. I do find it rather laughable that the whole world is kind of looking on them with a quizzical look going, huh? But the Daily Mail said it in fantastic style. Never fear, the Sussexes are here. Harry and Meghan wade into Afghanistan crisis with woke word salad statement saying they're speechless, if only. I think that was perfectly put. Do they know what the meaning of speechless is? That normally means to be quiet or shut up. Obviously they don't, and they felt that they are the perfect role models to wade in and offer their support and sympathy. We've also had a huge amount of news recently with regards to the book that is being redrafted. There's been some backbiting from Omid Scobie. He says that there's no new chapters, but there's an epilogue. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, an epilogue is a chapter, and people are lapping it up. I feel that he's actually making it worse for Harry and Meghan. Now, I did a poll on my Twitter account basically saying, does anybody believe whether or not Harry and Meghan had anything to do with finding freedom? Now, in the court case against the Associated Newspapers, it did come out that although Meghan and Harry didn't directly contribute to the book, their staff did. You had their PR henchwoman, Sarah Latham, assisted the authors of the book by performing a role that was essentially fact-checking to make sure the authors got nothing wrong. We also found out during the court case that somebody from Sunshine Sachs was putting their friends in contact with the authors as well to speak on behalf of the couple. And I think what it boils down to is that, do you really think that their friends would be allowed to speak to the authors of Finding Freedom without Meghan and ergo Harry's permission? No, not in a million years. They would have had strict rules of what they can and can't say. So they helped by proxy in effect. And some of the stuff that Omid Scobie's coming out with is quite damaging on both sides. if they, they're still adamant that they did not help the authors. They're trying to distance themselves from this book. But news has come out that Omid Scobie has said that Harry and Meghan considered naming the so-called alleged royal racist who asked about Archie's skin colour. The one where it was raised in Oprah and she went, what? Apparently, Meghan found it cathartic and liberating to do the interview. Well, yeah, it got you global media attention, that's why. And quite frankly, there are far more serious issues going on in the world right now to be bothered with whether or not your feelings were hurt. Fact still remains that during that interview, both Harry and Meghan gave completely different accounts of what happened. And now I'm more firmer in belief than ever before that this will keep going and going and going. And the reason that they didn't name the person that they have accused privately is that they can just keep rehashing and rehashing the same old story to get publicity. But effectively what they've done is, by not naming the person, they've tarred the whole royal family with the same brush, and it got the whole world asking, who was it? Or do you think it was this? Do you think it was that? Who was it? Which gives them more publicity. Meghan has always loved publicity. For her, publicity, good or bad, is still publicity. And they knew, I really do believe, they have not named this person because they know if they do, there will be an instant lawsuit sent straight their way. And we all know that they are the king and queen of lawsuits. They like to sue people. And I've spoken to people at great length who are a biracial couple, and they've had very similar conversations because it's part of the fun. Whether or not what your child, the mix of two couples, isn't it glorious? I wonder what skin tone they will come out. It's just perpetually playing the victims over and over and over again. Unfortunately, that's what narcissists do. Nothing is ever their fault. They're always the downtrodden. They're always the one on the back foot. They blame everybody else but themselves, and they blow everything up out of proportion and make a massive fuss about it. Laughably, this morning, Omid has been touting more extracts from the book, in which he said that the book claims failure to deal with the Sussex claims of racism could bring down the monarchy. Oh, Omid. You wish, sunshine. You really do wish. Apparently, the couple have no regrets about leaving life of royal familyness. And it also claims that they feel that the royal courtiers are still trying to undermine them. Now, how would Omid know all this? He's been talking to very close friends, and those friends must have been given permission to speak to the authors. There's no doubt about it. He also claims that some royals were quietly pleased when Meghan didn't attend Prince Philip's funeral, and most of the UK, I'd imagine, too. But Omid claims that the royal family were pleased she didn't attend out of fears the event would become a spectacle. Well, I say anything that Meghan Markle does is a spectacle of her own making because of the thirstiness of herself. Now, whether or not they assisted in this book, they're actually coming across as quite desperate now because, like I said, it's their thirst for publicity, which is kind of ironic seeing as they wanted a private life. What gets me is that Omid Scobie actually said that they're about to increase their visibility after keeping toxicity away. What invisibility? Seriously, what invisibility? They were supposed to be taking 6 months paternity leave and maternity leave, but that hasn't happened because they're all over the shop, aren't they? Apparently, Prince Harry is still very, very upset that he couldn't lay his wreath at the cenotaph. Oh, are we going to rehash this over and over again? Let's get it straight. You're no longer a senior working royal, so therefore you don't have any right to lay a wreath at the cenotaph. Being in the army for 10 years does not give him the right to lay a personal wreath at the cenotaph at all. He's no longer a working royal, and apparently the book delves into the issue that his wreath was left in a box. Well, what do you expect? You were told no, it's not going to magically be put there. You're left. You're not privy to all of the perks that the royal family, the working royal family, get to do. Deal with it. Man up. put your big boy pants on and move on. Now, I can't do this video without mentioning the Queen. Now, since they left royal life last year, a lot of us have been up in arms saying, what on earth is going on? Why isn't something being done? Because of all these attacks that are being lobbed at the royal family, at Charles, at the Queen, at Prince Philip. You know, the Queen's just lost her husband, for goodness sake. She's grieving still, and she'll be grieving for a very long time. He was her soulmate. But now she has ordered senior palace aides to plan a legal fight back after she's become exasperated at Harry and Meghan's repeated attacks on the royal family. I applaud that because I think this is long overdue. Now, the Sussexes have denied reigniting the rift, because apparently that was all in the news as well. And Omid said, no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. Well, you know what you're doing, Omid, by introducing a new epilogue. You know what you're doing. You are rehashing old wounds to make your quick buck. I get accused of that. I get accused of profiting through hate. Well, I say to Omid Scobie, so do you, sunshine. So do you. And I do think the Queen is very savvy to get prepared and also to deal with past allegations if she wants them to. Because, see, next year we have Harry's book coming out, and I think that this will be an even bigger bombshell than the so-called hagiography written by Omid and Carolyn Durant. I think that there's going to be quite a fallout from that. I think he's a very stupid man if he does that. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. A lot of people are now getting exasperated with the pair because you just think, how many times can you go over and over and over the same thing? The only sellable thing that Harry and Meghan have going for them is that they are ex-royals. They're still royals technically, but they've left the fold. They're on their own. They want to create this American royalty bubble surrounding them. I have to laugh that it was reported that they didn't go to Obama's 60th birthday party, and I really did have to chuckle at that. I bet she was gutted she didn't get an invite. Allegedly, Obamas didn't invite them because they didn't like the way that they are attacking their family, and apparently the Obamas are very family orientated and they don't like the way that they have been attacking the Queen. So, zoop, no invite for Harry and Meghan. Tegan got one though with her husband, John Legend. Oh, can you imagine the cutlery and the pots that were thrown in the house of Montecito when that was found out? Maybe hot tea was thrown. Allegedly, she's also wanting to decamp to New York because Hollywood hasn't gobbled her up as she expected. She hasn't been inundated with all the stars requesting her and Harry to be part of their little clique. So apparently she is on the lookout for a penthouse in New York City to kickstart her political career. Seriously, to go into politics, you have to have a very thick skin. And neither Harry nor Meghan have one of those, which is clearly evident over the past year because they have thrown some god almighty tantrums, haven't they? Speaking of tantrums, news just in. Apparently, more extracts from Finding Freedom. Harry and Meghan were furious about being photographed at a medical centre after her miscarriage. Now, I'm sorry, but if you don't want to be photographed, don't walk around. It's quite simple. Other celebrities manage to do it. But apparently Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were furious after a photographer snapped pictures of them leaving a medical appointment following Meghan's miscarriage. And the new biography couple has claimed. In a white dress, I might add. Just saying. Remember the photographs? We all speculated. We thought that it was an IVF treatment or possibly some form of OBGYN. There was also speculation that it could have been a dentist appointment because it looked like what she was carrying was something that you would be given after dental treatment. Now, I want to know that this is quite shocking to claim in a book that these photographs were related to that event. And that is Omid and Carolyn Durant delving a bit more deeper into the privacy of Harry and Meghan. Now, it will be interesting to see that if no lawsuit comes against them with regards to that particular bit of news, then we know for definite that Harry and Meghan are working alongside Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durant. They have not sued at all for this book. And Dan Wootton actually is spot on when he says, of all the nonsense we've heard from Harry and Meghan, the claim that they had nothing to do with their tame writer's latest attack on the Queen is the bit that made me laugh the loudest. Now, apparently, Omid said that the Queen's statement where she said that recollections may vary, he says that those 3 words, recollections may vary, did not go unnoticed by the couple, who, a close source said, were not surprised that full ownership was not taken. Months later, and little accountability has been taken, a pal of Meghan's added. How can you move forward without that? Well, that's a direct attack at the Queen within the book of Finding Freedom from Harry and Meghan's team or friend. That's come from their mouth, and I find it quite shocking. And I'm glad the Queen's lawyering up. I really, really am. Anyway, that is my recap. I will hopefully be doing more and more videos, feeling a lot better. I've been so poorly, I do apologise. But I'm back, I'm refreshed, I'm better, and I will hopefully see you very, very soon. As always, let me know your comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.